Okay, what if a woman takes advantage of a weak man in the same way?
That's funny.
Can he sue her for $30 million for being? If she's a rich, let's see. If she's a billionaire lady.
No,
I think the men that you have to. I think the men that
Listen, it's a young
Hey, can
18.
Stedman sue
Listen,
Oprah?
listen. Yeah.
Can Stedman sue Oprah?
Can Stedman come out in
Fuck outta
15
here.
years and sue the fuck out of
Fuck
Oprah?
outta here.
I think the men
She
that
don't
you
have
have
a
to go
dick.
through to get it done.
But she got the money. She got the
cannot
monetary.
piss in your mouth, man. Unless you get underneath that motherfucker.
She can piss. She can piss in his mouth.
But you
I
gotta.
think a lot
You
of
gotta. Go ahead, brother.
Now, I was gonna say, I think a lot of the men you have to go through in the system to get it done will be laughing at you so hard that you just wouldn't be taken serious.
Why is it like that though?
Most of the time, your ego will
Because
just
we
flood
laughing
the
at
vibe.
you.
We laughing at you.
We're laughing at Diddy right now, and he told the dude to be on him.
So look, I went to some of our outreach programs. You feel me? We ended up at some shelters for abused men, right?
That's insane.
Why you kind of giggle when you said abused men?
Shout out my man Peterson, man. Beta.
Go ahead.
This is why we stopped doing it. This is why we stopped doing it, okay?
Okay.
Because, alright, pause. This is why we stopped going to them type of facilities because, you know, bro, you would see somebody in there who looked very formidable.
Yeah.
He can handle himself in any type of confrontation. You feel me? But the trauma bond is real. You feel me? Like, you know. Okay, so look. He go an instance of something that took place.
Mm-hmm.
The man said, so everybody had to stand up and explain why they was there. So the man stood up and he said he was in an abusive relationship for like 13 years. Okay?
13 years?
13 years.
13 years.
He gang.
Damn, get
So
out.
Dugas say, damn. So I'm like, bro, be quiet. You feel me? Like, listen, because I know if he starts saying something, I'm gonna start laughing.
Okay.
And I gotta do all the talking half the time.
Okay.
So P gang, dude standing up. He said he was in an abusive relationship for 13 years. They had like a little PowerPoint presentation, showed him like before and then after. He had lost like a lot of weight, and then they showed his baby mama, who was abusing him.
Okay.
So we see his baby mama. For me and Duke, oh damn, she either smoking meth or crack.
Damn.
You feel me? So he just said damn like that.
Yeah.
Because that means the size was like
The
so...
size difference is crazy. She little as hell.
Okay.
You could tell it was more of a mental loss than a physical loss.
That's when it came to the whole trauma bond thing. You see what I'm saying? So I said, oh, okay. I'm like, man, you can't whoop her. So look, when like everybody presentation is over with, we push up on dude just to holler at him and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we was drinking some beers. And they was grilling some little food out in the front and shit like that. So dude, I was like, bro, you mean to tell me, bro, you couldn't get her up off you? You feel me? He just asked him this. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, boy, that's my God,
So
bro.
Duke got half
Shout out
to ask,
Duke
and I was
Dufini,
like, damn.
What a question.
That shit too funny.
What is dude for the dude? He was like, no, I couldn't.
Oh my God.
So look,
I get it now.
So look, when he did that, like, he like, hey bro, calm down, but don't be screaming at me. I bet you wasn't screaming at that bitch.
Right.
Straight up.
So then now,
Had all the energy with that hoe, nigga.
so now a confrontation get ready to go on.
Right.
So now I'm
Because
gonna
it comes out for the male, but not for the female, which means it's
Hold on, what he did again?
I mean, even if you
What
he
fire
said,
back
he
at a
said-
woman like that, she gonna get more
Duke got
disrespectful
said,
at your
He
bitch
balled his
ass.
fist up and like,
He
yeah.
said, no, I couldn't.
You was dying.
Like a little
Bro,
spoiled,
I dropped down to one knee.
like a little spoiled brat. He sound like a little spoiled
I'm
brat.
out of bro. Listen, when
I
this
never
happened,
grew up.
Crying.
when this happened, I had real tears coming out my eyes. So now, dude, I don't really laugh and shit like that. Like,
Right.
when we out in public and fans want pictures, they don't even ask her. They say, "BH, ask Duke, can we get a picture?" They ask me. They don't even ask him for pictures.
You the more approachable one.
So you know, I know bro ain't finna really respond. Like, so, hey, bro, calm down with all that screaming and shit. Don't do that up in here, bro. You wasn't getting tough with her.
Yeah.
So, so now they having words and shit like that. You feel me? Dude get to having a whole little temper tantrum. So I'm thinking to myself, like, see, this is what I be meaning. When you a man, motherfuckers finna laugh when they tell you the stakes is never gonna be fair in the beginning.
Never.
So if you out here looking for that, you asking to get let down.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna get a crushed ego for sure.
So that's finna crush the body, hurt the heart.
But it is men like him out there that are weak. And, he probably, that man sound like he's still 8 years old in his head. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to conflict and stuff. He obviously doesn't have the tools to dominate and lead a woman. That's why a woman like his girl, even though she was on meth and skinny and small and stuff, could manipulate him and get him in the same kind of a trauma bond situation, even though he could whoop her ass if he wanted to.
It's mental when it comes to it. It's a mental thing at that point.
And then here's the other problem.
13 years.
You got guys like this who still have an ego.
That's a fact.
So in his mind, eventually, I will be able to tame this monster. When all actuality, stupid man.
She left him, huh?
Yes, you should have just went and
That's
dealt with
crazy.
somebody
That's
that was more on your wavelength.
Right.
It feels like he can't leave until he wins the match.
The kids wasn't even his kids.
So he step baby
That's the
daddy.
third red flag.
I say, man, bro.
So he was gonna stay there long enough
But
for the kids to start
why
working
didn't-
on him eventually.
He felt like he said, I was doing it for our family. I'm like,
But why didn't Cassie do that same shit? Cause she got 30
million.
And no,
way after the fact, 15
Yes,
years
she was
after the
down for
fact.
long- yeah,
But
she
when it was going on and it became like a trauma bonded, this is horrible, all these dicks going inside and out of me, pause,
Drugs.
situation, drugs, this is too much for me. Why didn't she be like, this is too much for me?
Nah, she
I
got a
need to
homie
get out of
that-
this situation.
Because she got a man that's allowing what she really wants. And she
But he beating her up the whole time.
Bro, but look,
How
he
many
give
times
me
we just seen
give me
girls-
what he wants. Look at Tina Turner. You watch what love's got to do
I
with
seen-
it.
I-
And
Yeah, I
she
did.
wasn't even getting what Cassie
I've
get.
seen women get wore out, bro.
Bro, I grew up watching
you
it.
think if Cassie would have got the career that she was vying for,
Facts.
the money that she was
Facts.
vying for, in the midst of everything that she was quote unquote going through, that we would be in this situation with Diddy right now?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, not at all, bro.
Everything was fine until they showed the elevator.
And that's the thing.
Everything
She
was
ain't want
fine.
that to come out.
Period.
Yeah, she
That
was threatening to
came out-
kill.
Once
She
that
was,
came out, she doubled down.
she was threatening to kill people over stuff coming out.
She want that shit to come out.
Bro, once that came out, she doubled down on everything, got the bread.
Got the bread, got that cheese.
Immediately.
Like, hey, I actually want this to
Imagine
stop
what
now
takes
too.
that she have.
She
Exactly.
won in the end, but it could have very easily been a Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell situation
I don't think she won.
if she didn't
don't think
get
she had-
immunity and become a part of this RICO trial.
She didn't get